Beyond the Gates spoilers for Tuesday, June 10, suggests some interesting moments in Fairmont Crest. One major storyline that will unfold is the issues that stand between Dani&Andre and resident playboy Andrew Richardson, as the two are set to have yet another clash. Andrew's been pushing Dani to go public with their romance, but Dani's been hesitant. It looks like their fight will center around Bill Hamilton's recent medical scare and how Dani just can't seem to stay away from his hospital room. Dani's been doting on Bill since his health crisis surfaced, and while the two do generally fight when they are around each other, they seem to be interacting nicely lately, which is also rubbing Bill's current wife, Haley Hamilton, the wrong way. It's likely that Andre may see Dani doting on Bill at some point during Tuesday's show and realize that the big reason she doesn't want to expose their romance is because she still has feelings for Bill. Is Dani delusional to think that she still has a chance to sway Bill into leaving Haley and reconciling with her? Across town, it sounds like Dani's daughter, Chelsea Hamilton, will be a tad bit luckier in love than her mom. That's because BTG spoilers imply that she'll connect with Dr. Madison Montgomery. So will these two bond while Chelsea's visiting her dad at the hospital, or will they run into each other somewhere else? After all, they first met at the local bar, and the two had a wonderful flirty conversation that ignited a spark between the two. If they are in a less formal setting than the hospital that Madison works at, could the two share a lip lock? Maybe more. Fans will have to tune in to find out. Finally, it'll be all about Dani and her daughters during the June 9 episode, as Naomi Hamilton Hawthorne will struggle with guilt over her dad's recent medical crisis. In fact, Naomi will believe she's the one to blame for what's happened to him. Naomi and Bill have had their fair share of confrontations over the past few months. The conflict between the once close father and daughter erupted after Bill left her mom for her best friend, Haley. Fans saw an intense confrontation between Bill and Naomi before his wedding to Haley, and it seems like every time these two are near each other, Naomi is saying something negative or harsh to him. In fact, she led that wrongful dismissal suit against his firm for a while, which created some undue stress on the man. Still, Naomi is not to blame for Bill's stroke. Even Bill isn't exactly to blame, even though he tried to hide his hand tremors from Naomi and Haley, and refused to go see a doctor despite both women urging him to. Beyond the Gates spoilers hint that Vernon Dupree will be on hand during Tuesday's show, as Naomi beats herself up over the entire situation. So here's hoping he can talk some sense into his granddaughter and offer her some comfort along the way too. Carla Mosley on Beyond the Gates shared some inspirational thoughts after she saw a post by another celebrity. The actress thought that it was so wise that she should share it with her CBS fans. Read on to find out more. The real-life Dani&Andre, who acts as the daughter of Tamara Tooney, went online and looked up the Instagram page of Lawrence St. Victor. Of course, he's well known to daytime drama fans because of his appearances as Carter Walton on The Bold and the Beautiful. Sharing his words on her own Instagram showed how much she got the feels for what he said. In her caption, she wrote, "Passing on some wisdom I just got from a post by St. Vic. Sometimes the quiet steps are the ones that shift everything." She added, "Brilliant. Go check his post for more. And happy Monday, beautiful souls. Let's do this." Lawrence St. Victor had shared a reel of himself going for a walk. Talking about it being Monday, he said, "It's nice to take some time before the start of the week to just take a moment." He added, "I actually didn't do this last week, and I felt it." Next, he spoke about how people might not always have time, but you can always take a moment and just sit in a chair. In his caption, the B&B star wrote, "Starting the week with a simple walk. No pressure. Just movement. Sometimes the quiet steps are the ones that shift everything. Show up, breathe, keep going." Fans of Carla Mosley loved that she took the time to share something that inspired her well-being. In the comments section, one fan told the BTG actress, "Gorgeousness, inspiring quote." Here are a few more thoughts about it. Lots of them also talked about the attractive red dress that she wore. Meanwhile, others praised her for her talent as a beautiful actress. A few of her followers even tried to flirt with her a little bit. Similarly, on Lawrence's post, people felt grateful for the inspiring idea of taking some time out before the start of the busy work week. Lots of them thanked him for his motivational Monday posts. Do you love the inspirational motivational message that Carla Mosley shared? Let us know in the comments below, and come back here often for all your Beyond the Gates cast news and updates. Talk about a case of the Mondays. Over at Garland Memorial Hospital, Bill is still undergoing cognitive and strength tests, courtesy of Dr. Madison Montgomery, aka Chelsea's mystery woman. She suspects that Bill had a stroke, but they won't know for sure until they get the results of his CT scan. Chelsea and Naomi are still worried about their dad, but they're also furious with Haley. Bill was admitted to the hospital, and they had to find out about it from Derek. But when they go to speak with Haley, she's a total mess, collapsing into Naomi's arms in sobs. Against everything they believe, Naomi and Chelsea assure Haley that she isn't to blame, and that things happen sometimes. A flustered Dani then arrives at Bill's hospital room, just in time to see Naomi holding Haley's hand. And the look on her face here says it all. When Dani finally sees Bill, she immediately reverts back into wife mode, telling him not to worry because Bill Hamilton always lands on his feet. Sensing the chemistry still between them, Chelsea and Naomi exchange knowing glances. Dani also commands Bill to start listening to his doctors. "We need you better than the man you were before you got me," she asks. At this point, Haley is also visibly unsettled by how close Dani and Bill appear to be. Dr. Montgomery returns, introducing herself to Chelsea as if they've never met, before sharing some difficult news with the family. Bill did have a small stroke, from which it could take 6 to 8 months to fully recover. Chelsea offers to get her dad some water, using it as an excuse to corner Madison and get some answers. Madison explains that she ditched her at Uptown because she wasn't sure if Chelsea was out to her family yet. In a nutshell, Madison says she was too intimidated to stick around. Fashion is her guilty pleasure, and she happens to be a huge fan of Chelsea on social media. When Chelsea suggests that Madison join her next livestream, Madison says she isn't interesting enough, but Chelsea disagrees. "Anybody looking at you will definitely be interested," she says. Derek runs into Andre at Orphe Jeans, where he asks a million questions about Leslie. He's been worried about Ashley ever since Leslie approached her at the diner, so he's been keeping an eye out for her. He takes his concerns to the precinct, telling Jacob that Leslie asked Ashley about the hospital security footage. Jacob thinks Leslie must be getting desperate, which Derek hopes is the case. "Please tell me you have something that can put her away," he says. "That lunatic is stalking Ashley," Derek adds, getting increasingly frustrated at the cops' inability to act because of messy red tape and protocols. Fortunately, Jacob gets a tip about Leslie's location, sending him and Derek into action. Meanwhile, Andre heads to the hospital, where he also asks Ashley about Leslie's interrogation. Their conversation turns to Bill's family rallying around him in his time of need, despite their fraught relationship. Ashley says that you never really stop loving someone like that, which only makes Andre more insecure about his own relationship with Dani. And Andre is about to feel even worse. He offers to take care of Dani, an invitation she happily accepts. That is, until Nicole shows up at the hospital. Dani immediately pulls away, not wanting Nicole to know about them. But based on the suspicious look on Nicole's face, we're pretty sure she's managed to put 2 and 2 together. Over at the hotel, Eva gets her most unexpected guest yet, Nicole, and she isn't there to give Eva her old job back. No, she's there to make sure the exact opposite, that Eva isn't considering using Laura to get back into the Richardsons' good graces. Eva says helping Laura was a one-time thing, confirming that she's also still in touch with Leslie, even if she swears she's nothing like her. I am all my mother has, Eva says. If you were asking me to choose between her and Ted as some kind of test, I will fail it. Nicole says she would never give Eva that kind of ultimatum, but she does recommend that Eva start valuing her own safety above all else. Eva says it's exactly the advice Ted would have given her, which leads to Eva once again apologizing for breaking up Ted and Nicole's marriage. Nicole says she doesn't need an apology, so Eva calls it a confession instead. I do have an ulterior motive, she admits. I really hope that you and Ted can work things out because that's the only way I can forgive myself. In yet another showing of extreme grace, Nicole accepts the apology before leaving Eva's room. It's a lovely, unexpected moment between two people who used to mean a lot to one another. Today's theme of unexpected visitors continues with Kat darkening Leslie's doorway once more. Unless you're here to get down on your bended knee, honey, and grovel at my feet, what do you want? Leslie asks. Kat claims that she's there to call a truce. She says she has accepted that Leslie and Eva destroyed the evidence linking them to Laura's accident, and that she'll never be able to prove anything. Leslie is understandably skeptical about Kat's change of heart, but their conversation is interrupted by a business call from someone Leslie refers to as charming. It turns out to be Thomas, who agrees to meet Leslie at Orphe Jean's. Meanwhile, Leslie makes Thomas an offer he really wants to refuse. She wants him to be her personal fixer, just like the Duprees have the mighty Bill Hamilton. Specifically, she wants Thomas to fix Kat. Use your skills to get an anti-stalking order so I can find some peace, she proposes. Thomas flat out rejects Leslie's offer, so she pivots to a new plan, telling him that Eva is a much better match for him than Kat is. There is something raw and romantic about you two, she says. You and Eva really do belong together. He tells her to lose his number, but she counters that, unlike Kat, Eva can give Thomas the time and attention he really deserves. Derek and Jacob show up at the diner, which Leslie takes as her cue to disappear. After she leaves, Kat suggests that Leslie is probably hiding the evidence where the police have already looked, encouraging Jacob to get another search warrant for Leslie's apartment. In a panic, Leslie shows up at Eva's hotel room, demanding that her daughter hand over the evidence she's been hiding. Eva will do no such thing, reminding Leslie that she should be grateful for her help. Without it, she'd be locked up by now. Leslie eventually agrees to leave, at which point Eva double-checks to make sure the box is still under her bed. Imagine the look on her face when she realizes it's gone. Actually, there's no need to imagine it. You can see it right here. Beyond the Gates spoilers hint at more explosive moments in Fairmont Crest June 9-13, as well as some interesting casting changes. Who's coming and who's exiting on the new CBS soap over the next 5 days? Time to find out. Beyond the Gates spoilers state that Madison Montgomery emerged onto the scene during the week of June 2-6 as a mystery woman that Chelsea Hamilton shared sparks with at the local bar. While the woman left in a hurry and Chelsea didn't get her information, she'll be seeing a lot more of her in the days and weeks ahead. Actress Kendra McNeil has stepped into the recurring role, playing not only Chelsea's love interest, but the doctor overseeing Bill Hamilton's medical emergency. Small world, huh? Anticipate some major shockwaves to occur when Chelsea realizes this during the Monday, June 9 episode. In other news, Drew Wigfall made an appearance on BTG this past week, playing the character Walker. In other news, fans will see more of the Articulettes, as it does seem like the three women will move forward with some sort of reunion. Viewers can expect to see Sharon as well as Tracy in the days and weeks ahead as they, along with Anita Dupree, come up with a plan. Audiences learned during the week of June 2-6 that there was a fourth Articulette who passed away. Barbara not only came up with the concept of the group, but the name as well. Unfortunately, the woman took her own life as the slimeball producer who stepped in to further the group's career cut Barbara from the band. No one, including Anita, stuck up for their fellow singing sister, and Barbara unaliving herself was a secret that Anita had carried in her heart for years, along with the guilt that it was her fault. Anita read Barbara's last letter before she took her life, and the voice of Barbara was Sherita Bolden. Are you excited about the week of June 9 to 13? Join the conversation below. Watch your favorite soap on CBS Daily, and check out CTS regularly for the hottest Beyond the Gates news and spoilers. The Beyond the Gates What to Watch moments for Tuesday, June 10, 2025, show core characters exploring their feelings. Chelsea will move forward with a connection. Meanwhile, Dani questions her heart. Vernon tries to help Naomi with her feelings. Chelsea wants to move forward with a new connection. She's interested in Madison. So far, we've witnessed Chelsea coming to terms with her same-sex attraction. She has explored her sexuality, but she wants something more. Will this build into something real? Is Chelsea willing to take the risk, even if that means getting hurt? Chelsea isn't the only one who's in her feelings. Dani has come to terms with her growing feelings for Andre. It's easy to see why. He's been there for Dani in some of the darkest moments of her life. Plus, he's gorgeous and irresistible. But he's a ladies' man who's smitten with someone else. This is the last man on earth she should end up with. Unsurprisingly, things will get increasingly complicated for Dani and Andre. It's not because of Andre's womanizing ways. Bill somehow finds himself in the middle of this couple. Dani still has feelings for Bill. Those old feelings came up when she heard about his health issues. We're wondering what's going on with Dani and Andre. Will they finally go public with their relationship, or will they keep their romance behind closed doors? Meanwhile, Naomi is coming to terms with the news of Bill's condition. She feels that she made things worse by giving him health problems. During Monday's episode, Vernon will comfort her and try to calm her nerves. But will it work? Or will Naomi continue to spiral and blame herself? Beyond the Gates spoilers for the week of June 9 to 13 indicate some major moments set to unravel in Fairmont Crest. Catherine "Cat" Richardson makes questionable moves, while Chelsea Hamilton develops feelings, and the lines are blurred for Martin Richardson. Find out what's on tap on the new CBS soap over the next 5 days below. Beyond the Gates spoilers for the week of June 9 to 13 suggest that Kat will continue to cross lines in her attempt to bring down Leslie Thomas and Eva Thomas. From the sounds of it, Kat will take the helmet and gloves she found in Eva's hotel room and plant them somewhere for Jacob Hawthorne to find. With that said, it looks like he will find the evidence. However, Kat will continue to push the envelope for one reason or another. Added teasers suggest she's playing a dangerous game. So could she land in a dire situation where she's cornered by Leslie? That is not a place she'll want to be. Across town, Chelsea will run into Madison, the woman she picked up at the bar this past week, but it'll be in the most unlikely of places, the hospital. It turns out the woman is Dr. Madison Montgomery, the very physician taking care of her father, Bill Hamilton, during his medical crisis. As the days go by, Chelsea and Madison will connect more and more, and Madison will also offer her new friend a shoulder to lean on. Still, by the time Friday hits, Chelsea will feel challenged on an emotional level by Madison. So will things go south that fast between these two? Speaking of Bill, BTG spoilers for the week of June 9 to 13 hint that while he'll survive his latest medical crisis, he does have a ton of recovery ahead. Unfortunately, Naomi Hamilton will believe this latest health emergency of his was her fault. Thankfully, she'll get some comfort from Vernon Dupree. Interestingly enough, Bill's health issues will bring on some romance issues for Andre Richardson and Dani Dupree. It sounds like Dani will start doting on her sick ex-hubby, and this will rub her side piece the wrong way. Back to Vernon, he'll get an update on the Articulates reunion from his wife, Anita Dupree. Will Anita, Tracy, and Sharon come together to get back on stage? All arrows are pointing to the fact that they will. Across town, the lines between past and present will blur where Martin and his secret are concerned. Will fans get a little more insight into what this secret is? In related news, Martin's hubby, Bradley Smitty Smith, will get a new assignment, which will not be good for Martin. Will Smitty be asked to investigate something behind Martin's secret? Elsewhere, Ted Richardson will have an unexpected offer for Eva. Will he ask her to come work for him? They had a very good chat this week about how much Eva missed her work at the Richardson family home. Perhaps he has a role for her within his office. Lastly, Ashley Morgan will question her boyfriend, Derek Baldwin's intentions. Will there be trouble in paradise for these two, once again? On Beyond the Gates, things came to a head in the triangle of Joey, Doug, and his wife, Vanessa. What can they do to stop Joey from getting precisely what he wants? Doug has been taking risk after risk at the casino, not just with his money, but his life and his wife. We didn't know just how far into debt that Doug had gotten himself, but we just learned when Joey and Vanessa were suddenly joined by her husband Doug. Joey told Vanessa that he was in deep, to the tune of $250,000. That was not the number that I was expecting at all. There is no way that Doug can nickel and dime it back to Joey. One with the interest he charges, the debt would forever remain. Doug wanted to keep it a secret from Vanessa forever and find a way to pay Joey back, but there was no way to do that, and Joey made good on his threat to tell his wife. The fact that Doug just left, walked out after telling Joey that he had had enough and didn't have to stay and listen to him. That was something I couldn't believe I was seeing. So Doug, you are completely aware now just how dangerous Joey is, and you're just going to leave your wife there to fight your battle. I guess we can add cowardice to a laundry list of things I don't like about Doug. Their marriage might not pass for anything less than a joke, but the vows they took still matter, right? Well, Joey wasn't interested in hurting Vanessa, just coercing her to use her realty business to launder his money for him. Vanessa instead slapped Joey, grabbed her purse, and left. The last scene we saw was Joey grinning, like the game just got more interesting. What is Joey's next move? So far, we have only seen Joey offer implied threats and the hidden violence behind them. Will we get to see some daytime TV version of The Sopranos? Joey's henchman and right-hand man, Randy Parker, is also Doug's day one buddy. And as much as he has a job to do, old loyalties run deep. I could see Randy being there for Doug. Stay tuned, soap fans, we may need to wait. But this one is cooking, and Vanessa could be just as dangerous as Joey.